Hi YouTube, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done one of these client questions videos, but I thought I'd try a different format today. And yeah, as you can see, I think you can see the question on the screen there. So I get plenty of questions from clients about nutrition, about training. Yeah, so I thought, why not put them on here, try this format and see if you enjoy it. So I'm just going to no real plan with this one. It was a question I was asked yesterday and took a little bit of thinking about. Actually, at first I didn't quite understand the question, but then after a few reads of it kind of sunk in what the client meant. So basically, it's if I wanted to be in a calorie deficit, is that deficit equal wherever it comes from calories burned or less consumed? I've reworded it a little, but yeah, so basically, if a client wants to be in a calorie deficit, their target is to be in a calorie deficit to lose body fat. Is it the same deficit if you're creating that deficit from just purely exercise and activity, or the opposite end is just dropping your calories down? And the answer basically is it is equal. And what I said to this client is it's hard to estimate calories burnt. If you're using things like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or a heart rate monitor, or looking at the amount of calories you burn on a treadmill or a piece of exercise equipment in the gym, it's very, very difficult to take that as accurate information. It it just leaves the calorie balance and the calorie equation open to too much error, in my opinion. So what I said was use a total daily energy expenditure calculator, which I have done for this client, and that will work out roughly based off her activity level. That'll give us like an amount to aim for. Then we know that exercise has already been taken care of. As long as that person stays as active as they've told me with that calculation, all we have to do then is look at the other side of the equation, which is how many calories are we consuming. And if we aim for that total or that range, then we know that we're going to get potentially close to a deficit. And I say potentially close because the total daily energy expenditure is still a calculation, it is still an estimate. It's never 100%. Sometimes there's a little bit of trial and error that needs to go on with these equations. And by using an equation like that, we've taken away the activity. We've already estimated the activity. We can forget about that. All we have to concentrate on is hitting our calories and obviously staying as active as what we've said. But yeah, that was my answer, and hopefully that's given you something to think about, because I think it's a really good question to bring up, because there is two sides to the energy balance equation, and a lot of people do get bogged down with just that calories consumed side of things, whereas you have got to take into account the other side. So what can we do to make that side a little bit better and more in our favor? So straight away we can increase our NEAT, so non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So the amount of moving around we're doing, more standing, just general fidgeting will burn more calories. We can increase EAT, which is exercise activity thermogenesis. So that's planned exercise. We can go to the gym more. We can get more general steps in. We can just increase the activity as a whole. TEF, so we've got the thermic effect of food, so we can increase the amount of protein that we eat in our diet, because that's the more requires the most calories to digest, if you like, and process. And BMR, we've not got a massive impact on the BMR. What we might want to do is include some form of resistance training in there, just so that we are aiming to build a bit of lean muscle. I don't know why I say lean, build muscle, and that's more metabolically active than body fat. So there'll be a slight increase, but something that we can't really control. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But yeah, so it's interesting. It is an interesting question. It brings up got me to think a little bit more about how other people might see the energy balance equation. And yeah, let's not get bogged down on just the amount we consume. Let's try and get active and affect that opposite side a little more as well. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed this format. Hope you've enjoyed the client question for today, and I hope you took something from it. I'll see you in the next one.